Hi, I'm Linda, and this is No Frills ASMR. Today we are going to talk again about NFL football. After the last video on NFL, which I've made, I don't know, 5 or 6, I think, a frequent commenter, Myron, asked me to do a team, and I was like, okay, that'll be the first team. And then some other commenters also asked for this team, so I was like, okay. And upon a little research, I learned, because I don't know anything about this team, that they are the #1 rival of the team I did last. So let's get into it a little bit. So real quick, I just wanted to show you this because it's so cool. I used a Scrabble board last time to spell out the team name. And I was going to do that again today. My football's rolling on me. And I realized I gave my other Scrabble board to one of my sons to take to his apartment. But anyway, I bought this one a while ago at an estate sale, because whenever I see new looking old games, I buy them. But I probably have looked at it, but I just forgot. But look, it's still like all in its packaging. Like, I almost feel bad even taking it out of the bag. But you know what? Games are made to be played. So we'll see if we can spell the name of this team. I hope there are enough letters. It's a big, long name now that I think about it. Look at that. This game probably is from the 60s. We just busted right into it. Okay, so we'll need that letter. We'll need that letter. We'll need that letter. We'll need... If you want to skip 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes. I guess I'll get the other one ready too. So I love Scrabble. I think I've done a video on how to play, if you're curious. I only need one of those, right? Yeah. I don't need that. I don't need that. Why am I not seeing letters I need? Okay. Nope. I thought that was it. But it is not. He's starting to know what we're doing here. Okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah. V-I-K-I. I guess I should have kept that S I had a minute ago. Where'd it go? V-I-K-I. Where's an N? There's an N. We need a G. There's a G. There it is. The Minnesota Vikings. Yes. All right. So for my new Scrabble game, I wanted to get a Crown Royal bag that would go with the theme. Look, I have so many in here. I'm not an alcoholic because of this. But my friend used to own a bar, and I'm a craft person, you know, an artist, so she gave me all these bags to use, but I don't think I ever really used them. Anyway, okay, so there's that. So we are talking today about the Minnesota Vikings. And I am by no means an expert on NFL football, on history, and certainly not on the Minnesota Vikings. But I've done some studying and learned a little bit, and it's a fun team, and I'll tell you why. So they are part of the NFC North Division, which I did a video on all the different divisions. So they're like, they always play the Chicago Bears, the Detroit Lions, and the Green Bay Packers, who we did a video on last week, I think. So that's why it's kind of fun to do them next, because they are major rivals of the Packers. And they're the Vikings, as we can see here. And you might be thinking, okay, Vikings, Minnesota. I was like, so how did they get from Norway area around here to Minnesota over here? And I thought probably that the team, that people from that area had migrated from Norway or something. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that the original owners back in the 1960, just thought that was a cool, tough name. And then the first general manager, I wrote down some things to like make sure my brain, remembers everything. Sorry, I had to get my scissors. His name was Bert Rose, and he was like, yeah, let's call them the Vikings. And then he wanted their colors to be purple and gold. I think it's like purple, gold, and white. And I have read some places said, it shows the royalty, like a royal Viking. But I think from what I read, Bert Rose graduated from the University of Washington, and their colors were purple and yellow. And so he requested that. And so that's why the Minnesota Vikings, which I have a picture of their thing here, are purple and yellow. I didn't color this all in because it seems complicated. What? Look at this. This pen appears to be purple but it's blue. That's not purple. Anyway, so yeah, it seems more like Bert Rose was a graduate of University of Washington and just liked the colors purple. But that's cool. So they're the Minnesota Vikings. Real quick, I'll show you. Let me just finish this M, because that blue is going to bug me. All right, let's look real quick at our handy dandy map. So the team plays in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I think the stadium right now, it looks like it's right down here somewhere. But that's not their original stadium. When they first started out, they played outdoors in the cold. And it could get very, very cold where they were. And so their fan base would come out in any kind of weather to watch the games. So they got to be known as being like super tough fan base. And they'd wear their Viking horns and paint their face and look fierce. So they're known for having kind of a rough and rugged fan base. But in 1982, they opened what was called the Metrodome, and it was the first enclosed football stadium in NFL. So they had the first enclosed stadium, and that was the Metrodome, which was around until 2013. But in I think I read 2016 they opened their newest stadium, and it is called the Matterhorn. No, it's not. I wish. It is called US Bank Stadium, which is kind of a bummer because you wanted to have like some kind of badass name. Anyway, so it's the one that I was showing you the location. So that took over for the Metrodome, but they had the first domed stadium, or indoor stadium, I guess. They've been around for 60 years. Did I make a note? Let me see. No. And they have been in 4 Super Bowls. They were in Super Bowl. Actually, it goes all the way out here, really. Like that. You can do them either way. Anyway, so here the Super Bowls are usually written in Roman numerals. And I did a video once on Roman numerals, if you're curious. But this is Super Bowl 4, Super Bowl 8, Super Bowl 9, and Super Bowl 11. And I believe the last time they were in the Super Bowl was Super Bowl 11, which was 1977. So the last time they were in a Super Bowl, I was, let's see, what time of year is Super Bowl? I was probably 6 years old. And that was their most recent. Anyway, so that's happened. Okay, so I read about how they had a defensive line in the late 1960s and 70s that were known as the Purple People Eaters. And if you, I don't know, maybe this song has lasted throughout time, but like I grew up in the 70s, and there was an extremely popular song that was vintage song even at that time. A song that came out in 1958 by, what's the guy's name? It was like Sheb. Anyway, and it went one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater, one-eyed, one-horn. So I think that's where they got that. Well, I know that's where they got that, the Purple People Eaters. But it was a defensive line, and the line included Alan Page, Carl Eller, Jim Marshall, and Gary Larson, who went on to write The Far Side. No, he didn't. I'm just kidding. But wasn't that his name? Gary Larson. I don't know. But Alan Page went on to be like a, was he like a judge or something? And so they would, their chant when their defensive line came out, or not their chant, but like they'd say, meet the quarterback. So anyway, the Purple People Eaters, which goes along with their purple color. Sheb Woolley, that was the guy's name. All right, and then, let's see, what do we want to do? The Minneapolis Miracle. Now, what's funny about this is I saw it being called the Miracle in Minneapolis, but when I looked it up to watch videos, I think it was the Minneapolis Miracle. But whatever, okay. And I think I remember this play. I think I remember watching this, but it was a 2017 playoff game, and it was the what do you call them? New Orleans Saints and the Vikings. And it's the last, I think it was last 10 seconds of the game. And the Vikings are on the 39-yard line. Hold on. We need a... All right, so the 39 is, a little back from here's like 50. So here's the team, and here's the end zone. Okay, so they're on their third down. You only get 4 downs. I have a video about the rules, so you can look that up. So they're on third down. So this is all or nothing moment, right? And they're on the 39-yard line. And this guy's name, Case Keenum, is the quarterback. And he throws the ball and connects at the 61, so about here, to Stephon Diggs. And the ball goes, and he catches it. And there is nobody in sight. And he runs it in for a touchdown. And the time's up. The game's over. They win the game. Did I mention? I forgot. I may have left out the important part that the Saints had 24 points and the Vikings had 23 points. Is that even possible? I have to do the math, but I guess so. So they end up winning right at the last minute. But what was really fun about watching this is when I looked it up on YouTube, there is like on NFL Network, I think, there is the local broadcasters who announce it, and it's pretty funny. They go nuts. They're like going crazy. And the one broadcaster, hold on, I'm trying to, I know it. Okay, I took a note. He said, it's 48 and drizzly, and we just brought the purple rain. And I was like, Prince reference, oh my God. But anyway, it was all very exciting. So if you want to watch, you should watch that play to know a little bit about the Vikings, because it was fun to watch. Anyway, so that was fun. So that's the Minneapolis Miracle, which happened in 2017. And then I read about these two things I'm going to kind of put together a little bit, I think. Actually, there's one other thing I want to put in there. A guy whose name is, I want to spell it correctly. I'm worried I'm going to spell it wrong. I must have taken a note. No, of course I didn't. Okay, I think it's spelled Victor the Viking. Victor the Viking. That doesn't seem right. Anyway, okay. Maybe I have that name a little bit wrong, but I don't know. No, okay, I think I read. Okay, so I was like, what is going on with all this? So there is an instrument called a yaffer. No, wait. Yallerhorn. From Norse mythology. And it was sounded to announce the arrival of the gods. And apparently at US Bank Stadium, they have it set up, and I watched a video, and it's pretty crazy fun, where they have a giant Yallerhorn, and I mean giant, set up, and then they invite different, like, important people in to blow the Yallerhorn before the game, to signal that the Vikings are coming to battle on the gridiron. And those words I read on the Vikings website, which I thought was kind of cool. But anyway, a Yallerhorn. I should have just kept this one. It's like a cornucopia, like that you have on your table. It looks kind of like that, or a shofar, if you know what that is. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to do this. Like a horn. And then I feel like it was kind of gold. And then a person comes up and blows on it. And it goes, whoa. But it's big. It's real big. So that's the Yeller horn. And then they have a thing called a skull chant, where they say the word skull while clapping their hands. Okay. That sounds like why, but it's actually super fun. And apparently it's Nordic inspired. And a skull was a word for cheers or good luck. And from what I could figure out, it was inspired by, in 2000, I think 16, this is pretty modern. This Icelandic soccer team would do this Viking chant. And so they kind of got it from that, I think. So I watched a video where the quarterback, Kirk Cousins, comes out with his son. I recommend watching it. It's super cute. He walks out. I hope it's his son. I think it's his son. But anyway, and him and this little boy walk out, and they say he's 4-time Pro Bowler quarterback, Kirk Cousins. And he comes out, and he takes his shirt off, and his kid takes his shirt off. And then they have this giant drum, and they go boom, boom, and they hit the drum. And then and then they show the crowd, and the crowd is all doing the skull chant. So they're clapping their hands above their head, and they're going skull, skull, skull. And it's all very exciting. And then he blows the horn, and they're off to the races. But the chant kind of starts slow, like skull, skull, and then it picks up speed, skull, skull, skull. So it's all like, you can feel the excitement of the stadium. And that's why I love sports. That kind of stuff that gets you feeling like you don't feel that every day. You know, it takes a special event and a crowd of people all wanting the same thing to kind of have that level of excitement. You know, it's just very fun. Okay, so that is the skull chant. I was thinking of trying to build a cornucopia, but I'm worried that I won't be able to. But I have brought back our friend Frodo, who is a cheesehead, you guys. He's a cheesehead. But for today, since we're dealing with, opposing teams, I have brought in somebody to be a Viking for us. And that is this guy right here. And this is Bilbo. Some of you may know him as Mr. Baggins from Middle-earth, but he is a Vikings fan. I mean, obviously, he's not wearing purple, but he's still our Vikings fan. So, excuse me, I thought we could try to make a like Viking helmet for him. But I'm not sure how to. I have an idea, but I haven't tested it out. So we'll see how it goes. But I have these, what are these called? Like for skewering, skewers. They're for skewering. They're a skewer. For skewering meat. And somewhere, hold on. One of these days I'll be organized. I have this, latex glove. So I thought maybe what I could do is use the glove as a hat. I don't know. I don't know if this will work or not, but let's try it. Oh no. So I thought we could. Oh. sometimes when you're doing Viking stuff, it'll get a little loud. You gotta just suck it up. Here we go. We're doing another loud one. Get ready. I'll try to muffle it. Oh. That didn't work at all. And it went somewhere across the room. I have no idea where that went. Also, I almost cut my finger, so we're not doing that again. All right, we'll just do this. Let's see, can I break it? There we go. Oh, I broke it. That was better. All right, so we'll have one pointy one and one not pointy one, but that's okay. Put this through here. I'll just make a hole with that side. Later, I'll fix it so it's pointy. I'll find that other piece before I step on it. Is this gonna work? I don't know. Oh my gosh. That's too big. See, now here's my thinking. And my thinking isn't nice. Super clear, so we'll see how this goes. Oh my gosh. Bro, you're gonna look so good. Alright, hat, stay on there. See, I was going to use tin foil, but that seemed like it wouldn't work very well. I think we got to get them a little wet so it'll stick. Okay, I'm taking those out. We'll put this in first. This is the part where you could quit watching because I don't know if I have much other information. Why isn't it fitting him? His head's too big. Okay, let's try a thumb. Let's try a thumb. I think a thumb will work better. Okay. And then this is too big. Things are falling apart. But I'm not going to start over. I refuse. Alright, did I leave anything out? Let me think real quick if I left anything out about Minneapolis. I wonder if Prince was a fan. I don't know that. I feel like he probably was. For those of you who don't know, Prince was born in Philadelphia. I mean, sorry, not Philadelphia. Good grief. Minneapolis. And where did the hole go? And lived there at Paisley Park. Is that what his place is called? Paisley Park. Until he died. All right, Bilbo. I'm gonna have to rethink his hat. Okay. Alright. That didn't really go so well. The cheese head definitely worked better. Well, I'll have to rethink it a little bit, but it's pretty good. Go Vikings. No, he goes skull, skull. And he goes, what did they say? People told me in the comments. Packs. Go Packs. Something like that. Alright. Enough of that. That did not go as planned. Alright. I don't have any other notes here, so I think that's it. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. If I think of anything else while I'm cleaning up, I'll let you know. Vikings, Burt Rose, NFC North, Metrodome. The was one called like Ragnar, who like and there was one, what was his name? Shoot. Upmeads. There was a guy called Upmeads who was a player, but then kind of became a mascot, but he was a real guy. And then this guy called Ragnar came in, and him and Upmeads had like beef. I don't know. And then there was some weird one I saw called Vicodontus Rex, who was a dinosaur. What? But now there's Victor the Viking, and he's like, you know, like a furry. That's not the right. I'm sure football players don't make